Alright, here we go. This is a ranked 2v2 on Thar between the Carbon team in the upper left. It is br0wser in the Easter Osprey and majidsh97 in the Classic Striker. And their opponents, the green team in the bottom right, it is FLAMER1423 in the Envision Osprey and Jishy in the new Frontline Striker. Last game I cast on, submitted by this person. With these teams broke, not any fault of the submission of the submitter, but it's just, yeah, it feels like kind of depressing deja vu. So hopefully this doesn't do the same thing. Both teams gonna, well, okay, we have two players going for the right outpost and only one player going for the left. What is majidsh doing? Gonna drop some bear traps, okay. A little bit late, but okay. And weird locations, these aren't gonna do jack. Is able to kill one or two creeps, so that is good for him. And br0wser gonna body block for those creeps. No green team player is gonna come and harass yet. Jishy is here. Will he be able to find the creeps? He has found the creeps and will sword them to death. A little bit careless by the Carbon team as well. So both Carbon and Green not really playing full-on meta approach, because you definitely have to expect that creep harass by the opposing team, by your opponent. And that does look like the Carbon team is going to start to split their focus here. Lots of units here for the top right, and the bottom left is almost clear, but not enough creeps to take it under their control, whereas Green team has already been able to take their right side, but their bottom is now clear as well, and only 3 creeps there. And does look like Flamer, okay, no, changes his mind, not going to go for the island just yet. And someone got killed by a Seeker. majidsh got killed by a Seeker at mid, but br0wser going to go pretty aggressively to mid. Jishy doing some harass, killing some Carbon units, which is great use of his time at this point, because no attention is being paid by the Carbon team to this side at this point in time. And Flamer going to continue supporting that harassment attempt. These bear traps doing absolutely nothing, just very, very bad positioning. Yeah, by the Green team, or the Carbon team, sorry. But the Carbon team actually ahead in the mid-fight, and the Green team has not actually successfully been, oh, majidsh not landing and Q healing to keep that, keep himself alive. But a Green team push from the bottom left is going to go to the top left, and does not get noticed by br0wser, so this is going to go freely to that outpost. And does br0wser see it yet? No, gonna go back just for healing purposes, waiting for something to build, and gonna go right back to the mid-fight. So Flamer causing a little bit of trouble. Has br0wser actually noticed that yet? No, this is completely lost. There is nothing for the Carbon team here to defend, and the Carbon team has been cut off at this point. Might be able to take the middle outpost under their control, need to hold it if they want any chance of surviving in this game. Jishy with a few heavy mines. I'm not really sure what that point is. Oh, because they took mid. Okay, he's worried about the push, which he should be. Okay, sorry, I was kind of getting my teams mixed up. But at this point, the Carbon team is the one that really should be worried, because they have a close outpost under enemy control, and the enemy is actually now ferrying to a really great spot. I think this might even be off minimap. And the Carbon team, yes, starting to push now, but oh god, the heavy mines. The heavy mines, and the Osprey is not here, not holding right click down that push path, and oh boy, what is going to be happening right now? So we do have a drop over here of 2 Longhorn and no Green team players in the area at all. This might be a base race at this point, and yes, it definitely is going to be a base race. br0wser going to ferry over here. Where is majidsh? majidsh trying to go for that right outpost, but he needs to bring these Longhorn here and surround. At this point, the Green team has a massive force here at the Carbon on the Carbon fort on the right side, or on the left side, but a great surround by the Carbon team. I think this is going to be the Green team's game at this point. The Green team is here to defend and body block and all that stuff, and delay the damage being dealt. And at this point, the Carbon team has no defenses over here. majidsh coming back to realize that this game is completely lost, and the Green team, FLAMER1423 and Jishy, taking this ranked 2v2 game on Thar over majidsh and who is it, br0wser. Man, that was very interesting. Don't really see quick games like that very often, but wow, that was pretty cool. Okay, the Carbon team was behind the whole time, for the most part. Took their outpost slightly slower, and lost a lot of units and harassment by the Green team in that early game, the early approach to mid. br0wser really went hard mid, and majidsh lost a couple of units there at the top. However, they were definitely still way in the game. Should br0wser have seen that push a little bit earlier? The question is, would he have been able to not necessarily stop it, because obviously he wouldn't have been able to completely stop it in its tracks unless he saw it way in advance and put a good amount of heavy mines down. But besides that possibility, if he caught it on the way, what could he have done? What could the Carbon team have done? Reallocate their units, bring them back for defense. That would have been kind of a mess and probably would have gone over better for the Green team because they had all their units concentrated. Their mech that pushed it, their player was aware that it was going there, so it definitely had a plan going on, and Carbon team would have been in reaction mode. Should the Carbon team have mass ferried like crazy all the way back, they probably, depending on when they caught it, they probably would have been okay, and kind of would have started, basically caused the game reset, and just not necessarily one team would have been had an advantage, but they both would have lost a pretty comparable amount of units. So maybe one team would have been ahead army-wise, but both of them probably would have started pretty even with their side, their respective sides under their control, and then starting to go for the mid-fight. Maybe the Green team would have been a little bit more ahead because they were the ones putting pressure on, and they would have been able to continue to harass and keep one outpost or so neutral, but that's really hard to say. But I think that was definitely the turning point of the game. br0wser not, and I'm saying br0wser because I know br0wser is much more experienced, I'm pretty sure, than majidsh is, and he was the one that was kind of going back and forth from mid to the left post. So I think if he was able to see it earlier, that would have changed the game dramatically. But he didn't, and I think that was definitely the turning point of the game. And after that, the ferrying was not fast enough. The Green team had way too many units at the fort, and it was just the timing there that the Green team was ahead in basically starting to deal the fort damage than the Carbon team was. So that's the kind of game that's the kind of the way that I prefer to look at an AirMech game, not necessarily who used the better unit composition or who approached better, who lost less units. I want the game to be bigger than that, more macro, more strategy, more map dependent. And the current maps are just don't really cater to that. Anyway, that's beside the point. Once again, if you guys are interested in helping me out, I'd like to get some replay verifiers on board to make sure all these submissions that come through actually play all the way through. This is a very short game, so I guess the likelihood of it breaking was a lot lower than the other games that have broken on me recently, and I guess that's why I picked it, because I knew it was going to be a shorter game. Anyway, guys, just let me know if not in the comments, please. I can't respond back to you, but I am on Discord. I'm on the AirMech server a lot, and I'm one of the moderators, so give me a direct message there or contact anyone who might be associated with me, and they'll pass the message along. Anyway, this is REY, and that is game. See you next time.